Good morning, everybody. Well, we are at the DAPNET Field Days today. We were fortunate enough to be able to spend the night in this nice house right here. And there are a lot of people that actually slept in tents, and it was supposed to be like 38 degrees this morning. I don't know what it actually is, but it's cold enough. I'm glad we had a warm house and a bed to sleep in. And Brenda is coming out very soon. Here she comes. Say hi to everybody.
Hello. I'm wearing my winter jacket this morning.
So we are on our way up to the barns to get this show started. There's quite a few barns and buildings we'll show you as this video progresses. Brenda is going to be doing a lot of jumping around and doing a lot of filming and talking about what's going on. Dryer there.
So here's just a little morning scene. We're just, Erica is here and she's getting the horses fed. And we did a video with Erica a little while ago and she was braiding horses. And she's here with her own drafts today. And they're going to be doing things?
Yeah, we're going to be part of the beginner driving clinic.
Cool.
They're draft crosses, they're smaller. One's a half draft and 2 3/4 drafts. And then tomorrow they're going to be part of the hoof care and the grooming and harnessing.
Cool.
And Sunday, they'll be part of the little training workshop we've got. We're going to hitch the 2-year-old, the roan there, to a pole for the first time with her mother.
Oh, nice. Good.
And this one will start ground driving. She's only a yearling.
Great. They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Many people tented last night or camped out. And I don't know if you can see it, but we got a little frost last night here. Nice morning. It's supposed to be a nice day.
I can move wagons to the barn. Yeah, that's what we have.
So we're here at the opening and the start of the event. People are just kind of getting ready to start the day, and we've been milling around and chatting with people. It's been really great to just be part of the community and meet a lot of the people that are making up the program. There's a lot of people that have sponsored this and put a lot of time into everything.
Yeah. And I've seen you on.
To make this a wonderful event. Getting ready to hitch up for the day. Some oxen here for animal power as well as horses, and there also is going to be a team of dogs here. So we're looking forward to that. There are 3 classes this morning. One is on for beginners to learn how to drive horses and oxen. One is on working in the woods with horses, and one is doing gardening or large garden farming with horses. So I'm going to try to jump around a little bit and show you a little bit of all the things that are going on here at the farm.
It's okay, it's doable. I get a lot of questions on, I've got a 3-month-old calf, can I do anything with it? The answer is yes.
So we've just had a lot of good discussion on how to take care of oxen, and even a lot of differences between oxen and horses. And a lot of good questions have been asked, and it's amazing how many similarities there are. And now he is going to yoke the oxen.
Strong wood, it's a really dense wood, but it's light. It's not as heavy. You can go with something like a hard rock maple or something, but it's going to be heavy. You start getting into yokes this size and it gets a little bit difficult. So I'm going to show you how I taught these animals to be yoked. And the bigger they get, I highly encourage to start out as calves to do it this way, because the bigger this yoke gets, the harder it gets. So this is the way we carry them. Most of your weight's going right on your shoulder, and you just keep the butt end off.
How many sizes do you go through if you raise them up from calves?
I have a bunch. Well, let me talk real quick on sizing. Sizing is the width of the neck. So this is a 9.5 on one side and a 10 on the other. So that means it's 10 inches here or 9.5 here. That's how we measure a yoke. Has nothing to do with the size of the beam or anything else. It's the neck width. So making the yoke fit correctly in a disengaged position, meaning the yoke is just laying there, you should be able to put a hand in between there, between that and their neck. That's fitting the yoke correctly. Too much, it starts hitting on their shoulders. Too little, you start bunching the neck. And you get what's called a bow bunch. And it's a very, very swollen up sore. Sometimes if it's gone too long, it can stay there and you can have a real issue with a pair of cattle. So fitting the yoke is very important. Now I can pick up this bow and he's going to tip his head for me. And he's going to stay right there as long as I want him to stay right there. So I can put my spacers on, and my spacers are what's going to bring the bow up on the neck in the correct spot. So he's just going to stand there. He doesn't care. He's waiting. He knows what's going on. Now I'm going to grab this bow, and I'm just going to pick this end up. Come on. He's going to come right in there for me. Yeah. So I only had to pick up one side of that. Some people I see try to lay the yoke, slide it over, lay it on the other guy. There's several different ways, but this is the way that it's worked for me. And the bigger that yoke gets, the easier it is for them. That's all there is to it. Stand in.
So now we're coming to the part of the group about how to take care of horses, to handle horses, to brush horses, to harness horses, all that sort of thing. Don Hughes has talked a lot about how we want to work with our horses relaxed.
Right? So the best way is to avoid those things. What the horse wants is the horse wants to know where I am at in relationship to the horse. That's what the horse is looking at me right now. So that's what this horse wants. So I'm touching that horse, which is immediately telling the horse where I'm at, and the horse is listening to my voice. A draft horse doesn't tend to kick like a saddle horse. You know, the more flighty and excitable a horse, maybe the faster racing or the faster jumping it is, but the faster twitch muscles make those horses a little more excitable, and so you might be a little bit more careful about getting kicked. The thing about a draft horse, and these are crossbred horses, so they're half draft, but the thing about a draft horse is, for thousands of years, all the work was done right behind them. So if this horse was ever going to meet a log or a plow, the log or the plow was going to be right here. So it doesn't have as much of an instinct to kick me. Could I get kicked by this horse? Yeah. What I would have to do is I'd have to come in here real quiet when the horse's head is down, and I'd have to surprise it, and I'd have to surprise it bad enough for it to want to kick something that it didn't know what it was. So it's not that easy. So I'm not afraid about being behind a horse. I'm touching the horse. I'm better off right next to it. If I was to get kicked right now, I'd get kicked in the ankle. And if I'm 6 feet away and quiet, this is really the worst place to walk around a horse, is right here. Because now this horse could kick me in the chest or the head. So don't be afraid to walk close to him. Don't be afraid to touch him. And you know, to get bitten by horses, really to stick your fingers in their mouth. You know, half on them, half on us. A horse should be trained to not do that. We shouldn't be sucking. They shouldn't be sucking on us or chewing on my shirt. I'm pretty bad about stuff like that. Some people go to great lengths to teach their horses to give the person some space And my horses don't have that. My horses are like this. My horses are used to having people just, you know, I like to be up on them, petting them, touching them. But a horse shouldn't be sucking on me or like sticking my fingers in, you know, because that's how you're going to get bit. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, I would add, like, Don and I work the same horses, but we have different comfort levels with our boundaries, like in the barn and stuff, of what we allow the horses to do to us. So each person kind of has to set those boundaries in that relationship with the horse when you start working them.
Yeah. And 100%. The horses don't have a big desire to step on us. Part of it's in leading. The most common way to get stepped on is in leading a horse, and teaching them to lead with a little bit of space between you and them can be difficult, but that's the key, is making them, you know, they keep a little bit of space, but also keeping your feet out from under their feet. You know, and Ray had mentioned about the cattle in stalls, horses in stalls the same way. And he talked about going in the barn in front of them, and whether we do that with the horse or not. When we're in tight spaces, whether the horse is tied up, or whether we're taking the horse into a stall, or we're harnessing a horse in a stall, it doesn't matter. And I think this is sort of what he was suggesting. One of the things I do is always make they're big animals. These are not that big, but our horses are close to a ton, right? These horses are close to a ton. Always make them move out of your way. Like, let's say I wanted to be in between those horses right now. Very gentle, very soft way, but there's no point in me squeezing myself in there. Say they were both a ton. Push myself in there to like get out of their way is asking to get pushed on, squeezed on, or stepped on. But if I just gently say like, okay, horses, I want to be in the middle now, so you're gonna have to move over. And so I very gently, quietly said, I want to be in this space, so you're gonna have to move out of this space so I can be in this space. And I'm doing a bunch of things. I'm keeping him from stepping on me. Now, if he moves back, I can get out of the way, but he's not about to step on me. But I'm also teaching him that in a balance between you moving out of my way and me moving out of your way, you're going to have to move out of my way. And so that's accomplishing all those things at the same time. When I harness a horse, I want to make sure they don't have anything around the collar that could be a sore, it could be a bruise, it could be a bite mark, it could be anything. And so really I put 90% of my time into cleaning them around the collar, and then I put 10% of my time into cleaning the rest of the horse. And some people make a really strong connection with the horse while they're cleaning them. I just do it really quickly, but I do it every time I put a collar on a horse.
So a lot of questions were just answered about how to find a mentor, working horses single or double, and now we're going to move forward to harnessing horses and taking care of horses. Lots of good information here.
My horses are...
I am coming here with, here's a barn, and I'm coming here with Erica, and she is one of the coordinators for this whole production, and she's been working so hard. And she said this is actually called field work and
vegetable production. We've got two professional market gardeners, Tim Biello and David Fisher. David himself has been producing vegetables with draft horses in Conway, Massachusetts for over 25 years. He was one of the ones that inspired me. Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
So this is Lars's new team right here.
He's only had him for 10 days or so.
Wow.
Good for him. Looking good. We have the draft dog down here too. We have one dog that's allowed.
One dog is allowed, and
Leah,
he's doing work.
Yeah, she's gonna do cart work. Maggie. Oh look, he brought a bale of hay to sit on. It's so sweet. That's the thing to do. Alright, we'll get you unloaded.
So some plowing has been going on here, and people are getting a chance to try. I can't believe how dry this ground is compared to at our house. It's nice
It's a
sandy
sandy.
soil.
They've had to really improve it over the years. A lot of cover.
That's pretty broken down. That's pretty nice.
This is Lars with his new Percheron team. A very old manure spreader.
The ladies that the horses belong to. Oh, okay.
So, so the horses were standing, and you started gathering lines, which is okay. But just remember, they're going to react to that. So we want to get ourselves ready, and then when we know where we're going, then we'll make contact, kiss, and go. They like rhythm. Horses like rhythm. So just let them stand here, and then when we're all ready, everybody's ready, and then when you're ready, now we're gonna make contact, kiss, and go. Okay? So draw those lines towards you. Touch them with one hand more than the other, and kiss. Keep doing that. Move your hands up. Move your hands up. Move your hands up. Make contact. Move your hands up. Here, you want to back. There you go. So don't wait to make contact. That's when they say go, that's what that word means. That word means you've got contact when you start to move. It means go with the horses. You want to be able to drive them from the first step that they take. There you go, that's good. That's good. Come up here. There you go. So pointing the head. Pointing the head.
It was
Good.
really terrifying.
Slow down.
Yeah, it was really like everyone's
And walk, and
been killed and we're all
We're gonna stop
reincarnated.
for a second. Stop right there. Right. And release. Remember to release. Sometimes when horses go downhill with a load, there's more contact than there is going uphill. The reason is because their center of gravity changes. The center of gravity in their head means that their heads fall on the lines more, and you're carrying more of the weight of their heads in your hands. That's why there's more contact going downhill to make them walk than there is going uphill. Now, we're going to go up here, and I'll have you do some and I'll do some. So when we contact, we're going to want to contact, kiss, and go this way. So just reach up with your right hand, kiss loud, and feel it. Come on. One time I had a whole party with all my friends, and I said we're going to have a kissing party. Make them walk now, make more contact, keep moving your hands up the line. There you go. That's good. And the kissing party was all because we can make enough noise kissing. And I was amazed, make them walk, move their hands up, and make them walk. There you go, good. And that's all the kissing party was for, was just to make my friends make loud. It was pretty fun. That was a long time ago, but it was pretty fun.
Yeah, I think so.
So we have some riding going on today too.
didn't know.
Yeah.
In his little neck.
Yeah,
This is a
so cute.
paint horse.
It's okay.
Punch.
Punch is a Amish bred American paint. One of the best draft breeds there is, really, next to the Suffolks, I think. Because they're really sure-footed. They can really work hard.
Well, that's good to know.
Good thinkers, yeah. They're friendly.
Yeah.
They're so friendly.
Well, that's what we found about the Suffolks. They're so
Oh,
friendly.
they're
and-
amazing. Not to other horses, but they're friendly
Yeah,
to
two people.
people. Yeah.
And then
There's another worker.
we have another worker here.
Bart.
Hi, Maggie.
Good girl.
What are you carrying today?
Mostly mom stuff, but some water and some snacks for later. Tomorrow we'll be talking a little bit about putting some veggies or some firewood behind a Bernese Mountain Dog and what that looks like.
All right, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Now, what are your commands with her? Are they the same as with horses?
They can be. It's just like working any animal. You can come up with whatever commands you want. And so for her to kind of go, I just use the typical commands I'd use to let her outside, which is like, come on, Maggie. And then if I want her to stop, I didn't teach her whoa when I was teaching her ground manners. I taught her wait. So we've, a lot of the stuff that we taught her as just being a pet, she's kind of transcended to doing her draft dog work with. So simple stuff like, yeah, come on, Maggie, come a little bit to the right. Okay, come a little to the left. So she's pretty good with the vocal commands, but we also use a little pressure release with her collar and leash. And the hope is with enough voice command and telling her enough times that she'll eventually get to the point that we won't need this little lead on her. And she'll just listen and do it. But as you can see, she's been working really hard all day.
Yeah, she's taking a break.
Yeah, life's really hard for Bernies. horses at DAPNET Field Days. But yeah, she'll be out tomorrow. We'll do a little more demonstration stuff for folks, but I just wanted to get her a little desensitized to the environment today. But we're gonna head back and get some water and get some shade.
There you go.
All things good for burners.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, how's it been for you?
Good, it's been going good.
Cool. Well, I'll see you up there, Brenda.
Okay, we'll see you later.
Maggie, come up.
There she goes.
You're gonna need something. You need some sound that the horses can hear and feel. Like some people do clucks. You might be able to make a cluck louder than you can make a kiss, but you're fine. Just don't stop. Let her work that out. You're in a good spot.
Almost had a traffic jam. Wow, look, she's driving with a baby on board.
Get them in the center there. Is that a daughter or a son on your back?
Daughter.
Daughter, mother and daughter, and mother and daughter.
Oh, cool. And all the mothers and daughters are doing good.
Yeah, all the mothers and daughters are doing good.
So what kind of horses are these?
So the gray mare is the mother. She's a Morgan Percheron, and I bred her to a Suffolk Punch Avant. So they're four-way cross, and she's got a full sister, so we have a pair of four-way crosses, both fillies. I just want a nice pair of farm chunks.
Let's go up and see what's going on up in the vegetable growing. So right now, just a lot of discussion about tilling and fitting the soil.
Grab the four-cart. Timing, compost management. Yeah, so I can talk like briefly. Basically just stay on the drill, cruise around, pop it in, pop it out of gear. I used it a lot in West Virginia, put cover crops in, and it was, I mean, it's awesome.
And answer someone's question about horses versus or teamsters. So just to slip that in, I do like all of the range of tasks, and I'm like by far the most on the horses in any given workday. At this point, we have 4 other teamsters, like 5 teamsters on the farm. One is my assistant manager, who really doesn't work the horses, but occasionally. She loves it, but she's really busy with other stuff. My daughter and 2 apprentices do some horse work pretty much every day. I would say almost every day. And my daughter is like pretty advanced. She will do almost everything that I do, not quite everything.
This is a fieldwork and vegetable production group, and they spent time sharing their experiences with farming and working with animals and apprenticeships, and it was a wonderful sharing of knowledge and just a connectiveness that comes when a group gets together. At this point, we realized we had way more footage than we would be able to put into one video. So we will be back at another time, the next time, with Jim and the men and women down in the woods and working with horses in the woods. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for coming along with us today. Have a great day.